2002 så träffade vi vår vän Patrik Antonius som vi träffade på Cypern här för några veckor sedan. Hello Patrick, you obviously survived Cyprus.
Yeah, I did.
Do you still have the wife and kid with you?
Yeah, they've been traveling with me almost a couple months now. I like to have them around.
Is this the last tournament before you return back to Monaco?
Yeah, there's a couple of things in London still, and then I'll go to Monaco, and I have to come back here to play Poker Milan in October as well. So there's still gonna be some traveling, and there is high stakes poker in Las Vegas. We're gonna shoot the new season end of October, so eventually I have to go there too.
How does that feel to play TV poker? I mean, it must be quite different from playing a live tournament, I assume.
Yeah, it used to be. It takes first 1 or 2 times when you play, it's a little different, but then you get used to it, and then eventually it doesn't bother you at all. The camera's like, for me, it's exactly the same. Like, I do exactly how I would do it any other table nowadays. And it's a good thing because for a lot of other players it might affect a little bit. They want to do something different they would do in a TV table. And TV is good and bad for poker. It's good for the publicity, but it sometimes gives a little bit wrong picture as well. When they show the big key hands and stuff like that. So.
I've been asking all of the guys and some of the girls as well, their background in poker. How did they find out that you were a skillful poker player? I'm going to ask you the same question. You are now 30?
I'm 28.
28?
Yeah. Everybody has their own story, and I played poker since I was 11, and started with money for very early. For little cents, and it became bigger and bigger all the time, and I've always been a very competitive person, everything I do, and when I found out about Nolla Holm and Padel Omaha, it just got me through there like right away, and when I realized that you can play this professionally, then that was pretty much it. I never even thought about other options when I started to make a little money, and I don't know. I don't know if there's a lot of like kind of natural players. Everybody has to work a lot. They have to play a lot of hands and analyze their game and get better and get better. Like no one has ever taught me. I never read a book or watched any kind of teaching videos, anything. So I figured out everything by myself. It has been a very good and strong way, because now I have 110% trust. Whatever I do it's in my mind like very clear that there's a lot of different ways to learn too, but I think it's just a part of hard work, and then there comes a part of talent as well. So there is certain players that they can never get to the higher, because they're just always one step behind from the other persons. They are just a little bit slower, and there's a lot of things when it comes to poker. It's a mind game, and it's a skill game. You have to play a lot to know a lot of situations. You have to know what is like an average hand in every situation, and you have to listen to your instincts a lot and have a good feel for it, and it's about a lot of things. Poker, living as a poker player, you have to have a good money management, manage yourself, that you don't go broke, and pick good games, good game selection. If you if you're the best, you don't need a game selection, because you can play with anybody. But what else should I say? For me, it came like when I started to work more for poker. I started to work on my game and analyze then my skills. I raised my skills, like skill level, very fast. But first, when I didn't know anything and I had no information that I could get from anywhere, it was very slow. because I had all these questions about, I couldn't even count outs or know any kind of odds, like what is this hand against this hand, ace king against the pair, what are the percents? I had nothing about nothing. So that's why I took the first year or two were very slow, because there were nothing. I had no information about anything.
The style that you use, the aggressiveness in your game, is that due to technique, or is it your personality?
I think it's my personality, and I think it's everybody's personality a little bit. I mean, I used to play very wild when I was younger, and I didn't know any better. I thought that was like the only way, that you have to be aggressive and try to buy a lot of pass bluff. That's how you win, and that's what I did. And then I learned all these situations, then I became wiser, that I was more careful, that I knew that, okay, it's not smart to try to bluff in these spots. And that's a good way to learn games, because any new game you're trying to pick up and learn, because there's a lot of poker games, like 15, 16 is what I play. It's a good way to learn, because then only thing you have to do is to just tighten up your game, play a little bit tighter if you're not doing as well, and nowadays I hope I can play any hand in 10 different ways, depending on situation. So the ultimate situation would be that you would have all the moves, that you would not have any style. You would always adjust to any player's style. It's only depending who you're playing against and what's been happened. So it's just always trying to make the best. It's all about making good decisions. It's when people have their playing styles and they tend to do this in every situation with these cards. It's very easy to break those games. It's taking a candy from the kid. That's easy if people really play very simple, straightforward. But that's the thing. The best players always adjust. They always mix up their games a lot, and you have to be always one step ahead of the other players. So that makes it pretty interesting.
That was the poker issue. Now your friend Gus Hansen told us a little bit about his skill of tennis. Who's going to win if you want to play with Gus a round of tennis, do you think?
Would I ever play him? Pardon me?
Have you played the tennis against Gus Hansen?
I practiced once with Gus, 1 hour in Monaco, and I was very hurt back in the days. That happened maybe 3 years ago or something like that. And we made a bet at one point as well that we would play, but we never happened to play. And I think we're pretty equal. And we'll see if the match is never going to happen, but I guess we were both pretty decent when we were our...
That would be interesting to see, I must say.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Patrik, for your time, and good luck with your entire stay here in London, and hopefully we'll see each other soon again.
Thanks.
Thank you.